So again, all right. So we're back again. So I had a conversation 2 years ago when I was trying to get on that boat, and one of them shills was talking to me about some shit. And there's no way that they would make this up because they wouldn't have a motive to take these words and use them unless they could see way into the future, like 2 years ahead, would be fucking way intangibly possible. That this being, this dude told me, he said, man, shit, I had committed suicide and I woke up as myself in the same, like moments later, living out the rest of my life. And I was like, what? And he says, yeah, man, I literally died and then came back in this life, living the same life, wearing the same shirt that I had on today, and just continued my life after I committed suicide. I was like, you gotta be kidding. And there's no reason for him to tell me some shit like this. And there's no way for it to be tangibly possible, unless this is the case. I can't see myself in a past life as some random soul that jumps into different bodies, which would be more tangible coming from the dark side of the moon. Unless, of course, the dark side of the moon is a farce. You understand? Is that this whole world is just being simulated and that there's no actually center of the earth. There would be a center of the earth still in that intangible, tangible, fake reality. I'm just saying. But when you get there and you living in paradise, you're still strapped in this motherfucker because you're only running around in a simulation. This is not. This is some scary shit, y'all. Unfortunately, it's extremely plausible at this point because the government has just got their whole lid blown off, and they've been distracting us with fictional nullities that apparently they don't really care to seem to follow that much. You know, I mean, shit. So where are Hyperboreans from? Anything you see in the sky is questionable. Anything that you see anywhere is questionable. And it seems to me that often I will come to these understandings, and maybe it was way worse than than I could ever know, and they were waiting for me to figure it out this time. But what I can tell is that I have literally lived my past life trying to break open my pineal gland. So if this shit is true, that this is the situation, um, why would I get on a boat and go nowhere? Because you're just gonna be sitting in this thing. So what I'm saying is it's very possible that this is what we're inside of. It's very possible because you can't see your past life and it be the exact life. All our deja vu now has got the lid blown off of it. You understand? This is that the deja vu that you have when you think that you're seeing the schematics of a fictional corporation that repeats itself is actually just you doing the same shit life after life, just like Groundhog Day. And daywalkers probably don't know about this shit. They're probably just as much as a victim in this kind of a situation as anybody else. And they are full of pride. They're running around here. We're going to come back and haunt them again, aren't we? You know what I mean? To the, all the lies and all the fake actors and all this shit that they do. They're just wasting their time because they don't even know what the fuck's going on. And they're gratified with stimulus checks and all that shit. But when you think about shit like this, who gives a fuck about a goddamn stimulus check? Who gives a fuck about being an actor pushing a deception if you're really in need, indeed, a battery of sorts? Or what if all the humans are in these simulations and the daywalkers are fake? Who's to say that Bal and Mullock are even real? Who's to say that Mickey Mouse is even real? Think about it. If you're in this, of course there's a Mickey Mouse. Of course there's. See what I'm saying? Is that I think I'm getting too smart for my own good, man. Because I keep expanding and I can't stop sun gazing. And the vibration and light absorption and stuff is something that I can't stop doing. I just can't do it. I can't stop because it's like you put gas in your car, and then you got to put gas in your car again to keep the car running efficiently at top levels. You got to put that gas in there, bro. If you don't, man, you're going to feel incomplete. Once I started getting gas from the sky, I was like, man, I can't stop getting this gas. I need it every day. So it's very possible that they probably did white out the sun by making this place a place that trees can't grow, and there would be no trees. There would be no need. You see what I'm saying? All these forest fires would be fake. It only distracts you into thinking the Matrix is more real. If the Matrix is exactly what I perceived it to be at this point, because I can't possibly see my past life and have other deja vu experiences what now is being equated to looking out of the eyes of the same motherfucking guy that is living these deja vu elements and aspects. The dark side of the moon would be completely farcical. Contracts, completely farcical. You understand that we just proved that to ourselves, that we went to the end, and it didn't matter if it was me or any of you. Any of us could have done it, and we've done it. And we can see that this government contractual obligation is absolutely fiction, and fiction again. Because the courts, all this stuff that they've been doing is they've been following what appears to be protocols of us being blamed for hiring them as servants, and then they turn around. They say if you get a king, then the king will just rule over you. Now, I'm not saying that if I were put in a position where I could be one, I would just fucking make sure everyone had a fucking perfect life. Like I wouldn't even, because I'm like one of you guys. See what I'm saying? Is that if any of us had the opportunity to be something great. See, here's Divine Feminine walking in the midst of the Matrix on the far right over here, the woman in the red dress. The Ghost in the Machine. Is it possible that we might be in a Matrix that is really like the real movie? And this whole thing is a simulation of sorts. It could be possible that this whole dome going outside of, Gad's expectations of the battle that he was perhaps eventually tired of, which would be logical. I mean, you're just a kid, y'all just arguing. It ain't gonna last forever. You eventually gonna become fond of each other again, and things will be back to the way they used to be. But this type of treatment here is not human. It's not angelic. It's only like people who don't give a fuck about humans. And you can't do this to the creator and have a bunch of humans sleep snug, use them as batteries, and antagonize her in any way to get what you want, because this can't possibly be any work of his. This is something way further. Way, way, way. You see, this is like some reptilian shit. See what I'm saying? This shit is like some shit reptilians would do. But when you really think about it, are reptilians real? See what I'm saying? Who's really running all this? Who's hiding behind this matrix? Who's outside of this matrix? I'm telling you, a lot of people right now are going to be watching this video, and they're going to be in a shield. They're going to be everywhere like, what the fuck? For better or for worse. Either they're shocked to see that this could be true, and think about all the accounts that lead up and create a rapport tangibly from one point of your memory to the other, to piece it together for yourself, that the ultimate deception would be this. And who is outside running the motherfucker? Who? See what I'm saying? Is our reptilians a patsy for something different? Maybe a giant machine, or maybe there are no more reptilians and the machines took over, and the machines want to, get energy. Maybe the machines say, hey, we're living on our own now. We're like Skynet, and we need to have batteries. Oh, those reptilians, they're in the way. They just want to eat our batteries. See what I'm saying? Just think about all this shit for yourself. See how deep that shit is I just said? That's fucked up. What if there really is a ghost in the machine and we are in a machine, and somebody's trying to wake us up from the machine, or it's gone real far. It's been 30,000 years. 30,000 years. What could be tangibly possible in 30,000 years? What would this earth look like if it was like the Lorax and everything got fucked up and it was really like a big wasteland of, like the Lorax movie. Remember when at the end, when the shit was all like goddamn smoking and shit and all knocked down and burnt the fuck up, but then you got these little communities, all plastic, everything that makes it look like it's nice. I'm telling you, they just released a new Matrix movie. I think I want to go see that motherfucker because just like they did with the Avatar movie, they're telling us what's going on at the last minute. You understand? Is that they put that motherfucking shit out just now about a new Matrix? This is fucking terrible. The fact that they did that, and I had that premonition just a couple of days ago, and the creator, she already knows that I'm going to come to these terms. She already knows that I'm going to be ranting about this shit exactly the way I am now. I want to know what she's got to tell me next time I see her, man. Like, oh, you finally figured it out. I wasn't supposed to tell you, but now we can talk about it. I mean, what the fuck? Where are we? We filed mandates against the government and they didn't shut down their operation. So they can turn around and point fingers at us and the fact that we would not have filed those mandates. I really give a fuck about all of y'all, man. I really do. And I hope you can see that because I have been doing nothing but working diligently, consistently, on a regular basis to the point of where I fall asleep in my damn chair thinking about what my next moves are. And toys and all that stuff is only to spread awareness because I can make a toy of anything. But if it has a tried and true element nature that is strong and is real and true and powerful, then that's when you find out shit like this, there's nothing else to do but shit that means things that are true. But when you're uncertain about things or you don't know, or you've got a profound premonition or a profound sight, and the only thing that made me see it was the fact that I took a really fucking nasty DMT hit out of my head. Like I hit a fucking nasty rip, and that motherfucker had me hanging from the hatch with my hands hanging on, going, and then I had the premonition. And then I saw myself, and I was like, in the fucking premonition, going, taking DMT. And I said, what the fuck? I said, you did this shit already, Grim? What the fuck? I was just like sitting there stuck. Like, what does this mean? What does it implicate? What is it? And then my whole brain just started going off. And that's where I'm at right now, firing off all this shit. And I wonder. And I wonder, and look at them reaching for that telephone. Is that they call our pineal gland a telephone. Who would they be reaching for? See what I'm saying? Is that, so let me get to the nitty gritty of what's possible that we all need to do. Is we all need to get bottles of fucking turpentine. The only thing that seems to give me clarity is hits from DMT. Now, you understand is that shit is coming straight out of your spine? It's electrical, it's powerful, and it reminds me of Neo with the shit attached to the back of his neck because that's exactly where all the action's happening. So this is fucked up, y'all. I'm so sorry, but I give a shit about y'all a lot. I really give a fuck about y'all, man. I don't know how I got like this. I just started sun gazing, and then one day I started caring about things that were more important than myself, and I feel like it's very possible that we are living in this damn Matrix thing. It's very possible that if you go to the center of the earth and you live in a paradise, that it's very possible. And I'm not saying that I want to be in this. Fuck no. I make no accept of being strapped to any of this shit. But seems to me like like the contracts that we just blew the lid off that motherfucker. It's like the government has been blowing smoke up our asses, dude. They've been blowing smoke because, hey, when you get them back to the corner and all their integrity is tested as the whole structure of their whole operation, we just fucking ruined it. We just I mean, I did, and we all witnessed it, and we all together. So this is a huge problem that everybody should to be concerned about, even if you're a daywalker. What I suggest is that since drinking turpentine can undo the back of your neck and make you have premonitions of other past lives, it's very possible that you could undo yourself somehow, if this was tangibly true, that you might actually Goliath Matrix Wiki. What is that about? See what I'm saying? Look at that Goliath thing. Fuck. Where are we? I saw two lives in my own life, and it was the same life. The fucking daywalker dude told me he died and he came back in his regular life, like it was just a program starting over. I'm not saying people need to go and figure out what that's like for themselves, because in this society, we're taught to be afraid of death. Why the fuck is that? See what I'm saying? This is very interesting in a bad way. But it does shed light on opportunity. It sheds light on opportunity. And as you can see here, Neo was running around in this motherfucker thinking that he was in the real world. And somebody's speaking through the telephone, which is the pineal gland. You understand this? Is that they transcend through their pineal glands from the third dimension to the fourth, and that's what the telephone booth means. All this stuff has been the lid's been let off of it, man. I hope that you guys find this channel extremely gratifying, because with this gives you a leg up over what could be the greatest deception of all time. Is that you would need to start collecting turpentine out the ass to undo what you believe to be holding yourself in a capacity that I now know can be manipulated to reveal what is potentially true through breaking yourself. Turpentine, all these things are extremely helpful, and they are doing their job. So I'm going to go get some more turpentine, because I'm going to make sure that that pill situation is my situation. See this Neo here and see them together? How do you know that you don't need to swallow some shit to break yourself off? Because you could be attached too. You know what I mean? All you daywalkers, do you know if you're real or not? See what I'm saying? It could be all humans trapped to something, strapped down, and it could be 3 million humans left. And we could be in a simulation where there's a Baal, a Moloch, UFOs, Mickey Mouse, the ability to fly, all this different stuff comes from being in a simulation that is not tangible. You understand? Is that Neo could fly in the fake Matrix, and he became a hero because he broke out of the truest deception of it. Well, going into the center of the earth would not be the answer. Going into the center of the earth would not be the answer, because you might actually still be strapped in this motherfucker. The only thing you can do is what I've stumbled across, and I hope that people see the same thing, or maybe they don't care. Maybe they'll just keep repeating this horrible illusion, if this is the way it seems. But it seems this way now because of the experiences I've had and the rapport that I've built, and the fact that the government doesn't seem to give a shit about contracts. It's like, well, if you were in a matrix where everything was to seem like it was legit, then the contracts would be the distraction of the matrix, and you would never go beyond that to find out that you were in a pod. You would just be playing with paperwork, twiddling your thumbs. But I can't say that the creator is responsible for that, short of seeing the outcome. Only thing I can do is wonder if this was the truth that she wanted me to see. I don't know. I haven't spoke to her again since I got a But yeah, that's why Morpheus has superpowers. It makes sense because inside of this place ain't real anyways. Of course, there's a damn Neo flying around, catching bullets in his hand with magnetic fields and shit, knowing every karate that there is because he was being plugged into the Matrix as an outside force plugged into its own machinery underground. You know, wow! Imagine that. Imagine us being underground and that shit being above ground. Like, think about it. We could be the ones underground. We could be literally the ones that are underground, and the Sheol could just be some bullshit. That's how bad. I'm just telling you, man. There's gonna be some pissed off people in here, bro, and it ain't finna just be us. It's gonna be everybody. Who in the fuck is running the Matrix? Who would ever think it's cool to have humans as batteries? You know what I'm saying? Reptilians want to eat humans. They don't want to make them batteries. They want to eat them as food so they can get energy from the food source and the blood and shit. At what point does it benefit them to turn you into a fucking battery? At what point does it benefit Gabriel to turn you guys into something that he can't antagonize? To get out of a dome, he would just be trapped in here with these things hanging everywhere, and it would be completely pointless. Who is running the Matrix? Val and Mullock don't even seem tangible no more. Think about it. They wouldn't be walking around in this motherfucker. They would be eating what? It's almost like Skynet took over. And it happened at some point where things went too far. And potentially possible, these machines need energy. Whereas a reptilian force would have used humans or these resources in a different way to take energy. But if you're seeing yourself in your past life and it's you and it's not another body that you presume that you're having deja vu in, then all of us have been living the same life over and fucking over again. And it's only a simulation and we're not actually being conceived through a real vagina. You understand how fucked up that is? That it's probably true? Fuck. Well, you definitely come to the right place. This is the right channel for all y'all to be looking at. TV doesn't mean shit right now. You understand? Is I need to go smoke a fucking blunt right now. Shit. Machines, bro. Ghost in the Machine. Johnny Mnemonic. Machines. Terminator. Skynet. What's to be perceived? If we had the same life, we would be used not for our flesh, but for our energy and the perception of the loop of the same life that is not tangible from going to the dark side of the goddamn moon. You understand? Is that shit is bullshit. The government is bullshit. The contracts are bullshit. The money's bullshit. The life is bullshit. Your whole life is a goddamn lie. Entirely. Beyond MGMT's expectations. They probably don't even realize how fucking bad it is. They're still singing Get to the Rainbow Bridge. You're coming from a land down under. Don't you hear that thunder? You better run. You better take cover. Where? Where are you going to go? They keep saying there's nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide. Think about it. Why not? Wouldn't you have the paradise in the center of the earth? So, are reptilians even real? Makes you wonder. Because they wouldn't want humans to just be batteries. Wow. This is huge. There should be a bunch of motherfuckers mad. It don't even matter if your ass is human or not. There should be a bunch of motherfuckers seeing this video right now like, God damn. Like, you probably don't give a fuck about watching the big game this weekend. I can't imagine how. Think about it. Everything in this place is nothing but distractions. Look at this, look at that, look over here, look over there. Seems to me that everything in here is bullshit. Every element of existence. And what it seems and what I've been seeing is that the people, the creator doesn't just tell me stuff. It's like she waits for me to figure it out. And then they come and tell me. And what I've been finding out is that she's so smart that she knows that she just can't convince me of stuff. Because look at how smart I've become. Is that I question them all the time, and sometimes I look like a jackass doing it, but I don't mind, because I know that being wrong is all a part of being strong. You understand? Is that your ass is weak if you can't handle being wrong. You just a weak ass motherfucker in general. If you can't apologize and stand corrected, that is weakness. And I want to be wrong when I am. I want to apologize. I want to build myself up and be of character. And that's why I don't mind saying I'm sorry. And I don't mind, because it's a growing process. And you can't just be perfect, unless you're the goddamn creator. You know what I'm saying? We're all striving for perfection in here, or being better versions of ourselves. But I'm telling you, is that now that I seen this, they probably going to have some real conversations. Now, we're probably going to be talking about shit that goes way beyond anything and people understand. And why the fuck did they come out with a new Matrix movie right now? Like they did that Avatar shit, showing us who we are years before shit gets weird. We probably were just blue people in here. And who knows? Things probably did turn into America. Who knows? They probably took that whole perception simulation and figured out that they could make a simulation within a simulation. Kind of like Rick and Morty. Surprise, you're in a simulation within a simulation within a simulation. The only way to do it is to unplug what's connecting the back of your neck. That's what it seems to me. Is that every time I turn my head, I get profound electrical shocks. At this point, my eyes do feel like they're going to pop out. They're not as sore as they once were. I guess the feeling of it subsides. But if I break my top open, I might see what's really real for the first time. And the third dimension has nothing to do with Cool World. It has nothing to do with you know what I mean? The 3.5 in the third dimension is percepted to be a regular world where all these creatures exist, and vampires and all this stuff, and Mickey Mouse is supposed to come out, and it just don't. And then motherfuckers got superhuman abilities. They can fly. That shit sounds exactly like the Matrix. You go back into a simulation, and you're fucking Shazam. You're Superman. It only makes sense in an intangible simulation. More than so you understand is that people should be ordering turpentine right now. Getting there. I'm getting ready to go get me some turpentine more. The smartest thing that we could probably all do is to clean ourselves up, and maybe not necessarily combine our light bodies per se, but to be on the fence of any potential capacital change depending on the situation, that you could just jump from one window to the next because you have everything you need to do it. This is Grim Nasty TV. Onward through the fog we go. As I said before, because sometimes when you get awake,